Welcome, fellow survivors, to my ultimate all-in-one snow cabin. This masterpiece is designed to help you thrive in the harsh, wintry landscapes of ARK Survival Ascended. Inside this architectural marvel, you'll find everything you need to conquer the cold, including a Dino Garage to keep all your creatures safe and warm, a fully equipped crafting area with all the essential tools you'll need, a cozy kitchen perfect for cooking hearty meals for your tribe, a spacious living area where you can relax and unwind after a long day of survival, and a snug bedroom for a well-deserved night's rest. This isn't just any snow cabin, it's a perfect blend of functionality and comfort, built to withstand the elements and provide a cozy retreat. If you enjoyed today's build, be sure to smash that like button, drop a comment with your next build suggestion, and don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free and it helps me out a ton. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the snowy wonderland of today's episode. Hello fellow ARK survivors, and welcome back to another thrilling building episode with me, Lols at Lance. Today we're embarking on an exciting journey to create the ultimate all-in-one snow cabin. And hey, with Aberration just around the corner, why not adapt this design for the new map? It doesn't have to be built in the snow after all. I'm also excited to share that we're getting closer and closer to 15,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more awesome content like this. Today we find ourselves on the centre map, perched atop a wintry mountain peak. On the map we're located at latitude 56.5, longitude 21.8. This area offers flat, snowy terrain with abundance of resources to help with the build. Plus, it's right next to the floating island on the centre, providing stunning views of the surrounding landscape. It's the perfect spot to construct our all-in-one snow cabin today. Okay, ladies and jelly spoons, so to start today's build, we're going to be using the wooden foundations. I'm using wooden foundations because I'm on a super flat ground here. Obviously, if you're not, you're going to have to use a mixture of pillars and ceilings to get over the rough terrain. But because of where I am, I'm going to be using wood foundations. So to start the build off, we're going to go across by 14 this way. So in total you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we're going to go across by 5. So 1 we've already placed, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is going to be the shape, so 14 by 5. And we're simply going to fill in this entire rectangle. And when you fill it all in, it should be a perfect 14 by 5 rectangle. And now I'm going to place a pillar on this side and on this side. And then we're going to go out by a further 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go across by 5 in total. So we've already placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're simply going to fill this all in. Perfect, and then you're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So you want to go out by 4, and then across by 5, and then fill it all in. And now with our pillars, we want to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to be placing these along every 3 tiles. So we're going to do 1 here, then go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go up by 6 on each of them. And the exact same on the opposite side. Lovely, so it should look something like this. Here's also a bird's eye view for reference. Now we're going to be using stone. I know this is crazy. I'm using stone. I only ever really use wood in my builds, but today I fancy using stone because I'm a loose cannon. I'm a loose cannon cop. So we're going to just fill this whole thing in with stone all around here. This is all going to be stone all the way to the top. And just like that, you should have filled in that entire rectangle section on the side here. And now coming back to the front, I'm going to do something a little bit unusual here. So we're going to start off by deleting 3 of the wooden tiles in the middle. So let's do right here. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, those 3 foundations we just got rid of are right in the middle. 1, 2, 3. And I'm even going to get rid of them on this side as well. So 1, 2, 3. So you should have a bit of a hole here. And what we're actually going to do, I know this seems a bit weird right now, but it will make sense in a minute. We're going to fill in this little rectangle with quarter foundations, which you can find as long as you have the wooden triangle foundations. You just scroll across and that's where you'll find your wood quarter foundation. We're going to place these in now. Fantastic. And once you've done that, we're going to place in a pillar here. So 1 tile away from this pillar would be right here, but we're going to attach it to the quarter tile that we just added in just here. So that's there. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So that's 1 tile, 1 quarter right there. I'm going to go all the way up. So it should look like this. Now this next bit is really up to your guys' preference. So right now you can either use the greenhouse glass for the glass like so, or you could use some stone walls combined with the frontier glass structure skin from the Bob's Tall Tales pack. So literally one or the other. I'm going to go with the frontier skin for this build, so it will look like this for me. And then I'm going to use quarter stone walls to fill in this gap here, going all the way up to there. And the same again on this side. Stone wall, stone wall. And now we want to place in a wooden gate. So for the wooden gate, it's going to be quite hard to snap. So rather than snapping it, I'm going to disable snapping. And I'm going to place this in manually. I just want to get this dead straight with the lines here. So into those 2 pillars, flip it, bring it forward a little bit, right about there. And then I'm going to place the gate inside it. Perfecto, that looks pretty good. So now we're just going to add in a wooden ceiling tile above all of this. So we're going to have 5 in total going across. And then we're going to come out by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back across. And then fill it all in. Now at the corners, we're going to place in some pillars going all the way down to the floor. And again on the other side. We are also going to place a pillar going down in the middle. And the same on the opposite side. Now that this little platform's in, it might be a little bit easier if we put some stairs in here. So I'm going to add some stairs now. But before I do that, I need to add in more foundations. So let's place in quite a few more foundations here. So we're going to go out by about 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say by 4 here. We'll go out and then place all of that in. And then let's bring some stairs down from here. So let's go 1, 2, ceiling, 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 ceiling. And then stairs coming all the way down to the, oopsie daisy, to the bottom. Like so. I know this is going to bug someone in the comments if I don't fix this. So let's quickly just fix that. Otherwise, everyone's OCD is going to absolutely go wild. There we go. And there you go. If you're building this on survival, you have an easy way to access the next part of the build. So now we're going to add in some more pillars here. So we want to go 1 away from the end pillar at the front here. So we're going to come 1 tile in and we're going to place it there. And 1 on the other side. And we'll just go up by 2, 3, 2, 3. Lots of pillar placements, I know. I have made one little error here, so I do apologize. We're going to remove these 2 pillars here. So these 2 pillars here. Let's get rid of this one. And this one. That's completely my fault, guys. I apologise. Alrighty. So from this decking here, let's start to add in some stones. So for the stone, we're actually going to just place it on the side here and on the other side. So you should have a wall of stone on this side and on that side. Now from there, we're going to use a wooden wall to come out by one right here, and we're just going to go up by two. So 1, 2, and on the other side as well, 1, 2. And then you're going to use whatever glass you're using. So I'll just use greenhouse as an example here, but I will change it later for the frontier glass. And then we're just going to place in a nice big double door there. Now I want to add in a little roof on top of this, so I'm going to add a wooden roof just above this, going across like so. And then a wood sloped wall to fill in the gaps each side. Very good. So let's just park that for 1 second now as we move over to this side. So for this section here, we're going to be using a lot of glass and a lot of walls. So I'm thinking a line of stone walls either side. And then this whole section here I think would be quite nice in glass. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. There we go. I also added the glass structure skin I'm using for this. And then coming around the back side here, I'm going to do something slightly different to what we've done over here, where we're going to have like a nice little decking area. Instead, we're going to bring the house out this way, I think. So let's go out by 1, 2, 3 in total. And then come across. I'm going to put a nice big doorway in the middle here though. So a nice double doorway there. And then again, we just want to go all the way to the top. Lovely. Oh my goodness me, I'm making a box. I am making a box, guys. Do not panic. Everything is going to be fine. I promise you, we're not making a complete box. We're going to round it off in places. But first of all, I'm just going to add in, so I should have probably said this, probably going to use some glass here. And of course, I'm just using a structure skin, so it's super easy to just go bang, bang, bang. But obviously, if you're using greenhouse, you'll just have to replace these walls with greenhouse if you want the same look. My apologies. So we're going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total, I think. So it should look like this. And then on the third wall up, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to place a ceiling tile just going from left to right across the build like so. Amazing. And actually, I think that this one, yeah, this one needs to be a door here, because this is going to be like a little balcony for, you know, just coming out, enjoying the snowy view. So let's change that to a double door there. Lovely. Okay, everyone, we're doing well so far. Keep up the good work. We are getting there. I think the next best course of action would probably be the roof. So let's get started with the roof here. Now, the roof's pretty simple. Especially if you've seen my videos before, you'll recognize this style of roof I'm about to do. So we're going to go normal roof tile here, going all the way across. Whoopsie daisy. And we are going to do an overhang. So we're going to have one overhang on this side. And on this side where there's a decking, we're going to go all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. Basically all the way till you reach this square tile here. So that's where the roof needs to come out to on this side. And we're also going to do an overhang coming out this way. So let's bring the roof down by 1. Amazing. So we've got an overhang this way, a bit of an overhang this way, and one this way as well. And now from here, rather than use another roof, we're actually going to use the ramp. So it's up to you what side of the ramp you're going to use. I'm going to use the underside of the ramp, so this side. I think that's just a nicer little pattern on top. So we're going to go all the way across here. And then from the very top of the ramp, we're going to use a wood ceiling, but the underside of the wood ceiling. And we're going to go all the way across again. And then literally what you've done here, we're basically going to do on the opposite side. So I'm going to go down by a ramp. And then by a normal roof. And there we go. We've got a nice little curvy roof going across the entire build. Now, of course, we've just got to fill in this side. So similar to what we've done here, it's basically going to be very much the same. But it's going to get a little bit complicated. I'll show you when we come to attach it to the other roof. So let's first of all just add in the same roof design, but just now over here. There we go. As you can see, it's identical to the roof we've just done over there. So exactly the same. And I have left a gap here because we're going to do this bit together so that I get this right. Otherwise, I always mess this up. Let's see if I can get it right now. So let's try and get this as close as possible. So one there. Let's put two here. And what you want to do is get your triangle roof, but we don't actually want the triangle roof. We're going to scroll across to the next one, which is the wood roof corner. And we're going to use that there and here as well. And that fits perfectly in like that. I also, look, I've mucked up here because this is a full roof coming across this way. So I'm going to delete this roof here. And then we'll put another wood roof corner in right there. Exactly the same on this side as well, guys. So and then finally for the ramps, there's a few things you can do here. Now this might be a bit trickier for people on official because of clipping issues, but I am actually going to do this as if I'm on official right now. So I'm going to take the ramps as far as we can go, because obviously here you can't clip into these ramps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these ramps here. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go into the build like so. So into that roof. Then we're going to use the ceiling tile to come all the way to the edge. Now obviously there are gaps here, which are a little bit annoying. So if you want to fill these in a little bit better, I recommend using a wood railing. And let's see if we can snap it down into this. We can. And again, snap it into that. Perfect. There we go. So it kind of just looks like there's little vents on the roof now, which works quite well. Now coming inside the build real quickly, you might want to neaten up where we've just merged the roofs right here. I might just neaten this up a little bit. So I'm going to delete some of these and try my best to neaten this up. So I'm going to get rid of that one as well. And you can see there's probably a hole created there, yes. And this one. And yeah, look at that. We can put in some wood roof corners here, hopefully. Yes, we can. There and there. Honestly, there's probably a way better way of doing this if you're good. You have a bigger brain than me. I always have to do it like this. Otherwise, my brain just doesn't function and I don't know what I'm doing, so... Now, of course, we do need to fill in these sections here that are all opened up. So let's place in some stone walls to start off with. Going all the way across. Use a stone sloped wall either side. Followed by some stone quarter walls at the very top. And lastly, if you're able to, do place in a stone railing here and here. And that finishes it off. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side and on this side as well. So I'll go ahead and do that now and I'll see you in a second. And just like that, that's all placed in. So now I think it will be a great time to start to add in some fancy bay windows on the build. Now, I do these kind of style of windows quite a lot, so I'm just going to show you how to do one, because we're just going to repeat it in quite a few places. So I'm going to go one wall from the floor up and placing 2 quarter walls right in the middle of those 2 pillars. And then I'm going to remove 2 of these walls, so 1, 2. Then we're going to place in some quarter walls going all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the opposite side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to place in my windows. So if you're using greenhouse, put in your greenhouse right here. I, of course, am using the Frontier structure skin. So it should look like this. And we're also going to get rid of this wall right up here. So get rid of that one. And we're going to place in a wood roof above this. For the little gap up here, you just want to use some stone quarter walls. And then for these gaps here, you just want to use your wooden sloped wall. And it should place, if you get it right, there you go. 1, 2. Amazing. So you want to go ahead and do that exact same design in the middle of this. So you want to do it right here. 1, 2. So one will be there. Coming around the back, we're also going to do it in these sections. So we're going to do one here, 1, 2. We're going to do one here, 1, 2. And we're going to do one here, so 1, 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you in a second. And if you've added those incorrectly, you should have 2 bay windows on this side. And 3 bay windows on this side. Now, similar to this, I'm going to add some windows, but on the roof. So, I've forgotten what the name is. I think they're called dormers. Is that right? Dormers? Sticky out windows. I'll just call them sticky out windows. I always get the name wrong, and people always correct me. I think they're called dormers. So for the dormers, we're literally going to go exactly the same position as where the bay windows are. We're just going to go up from there. And we're going to place a quarter ceiling right there. Just 1 tile up, which is also 1 whole tile from this pillar. So 1 tile from there. You want this here. And 1 tile from this pillar here. And then we're going to place a window or greenhouse glass. We're going to delete or pick up this roof tile right here. We're going to use the wood quarter wall either side of the window. Followed by the wood sloped wall coming down like so, either side. Now, if you have a little gap that you can peek through right here, it's just because I placed the quarter walls incorrectly, and a quick fix, rather than having to pick that back up again, is just place in a little skinny pillar there, and on the other side, there you go. And then above this, we're going to place quarter ceilings going all the way around the rim. Followed by a roof going across the top here. Now, if you are unofficial, this is where things might start to go a bit funny, because you are having to clip here a little bit. So you're going to have to try and find ways to work around this. You're going to have to remove perhaps the ramp, say, and then just do little things like maybe you can place in some quarter ceilings here, followed by some quarter walls if you'd like that. That's one way around it. But because I'm not an official, I'll just keep it as is. And then on the front here, I'm going to try and place in a sloped wood wall right inside there like so. And then I'm going to place the Frontier structure skin onto those as well. And then you can go ahead and delete these ceiling tiles right here. So it should look something like this. And guys, we're going to do the exact same design now, but we're just going to do it a little bit across from here. So right in the middle of these 2 pillars, we're going to place in the next dormer right there. And then on this side as well, again, we're going to place 1 right here, 1 right here, and finally 1 right here. So basically perfectly in line with the bay windows we added down there. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and put all of those in now, and I'll see you in a second. And just like that, all of the dormers are in. Now, 2 things with these. First of all, obviously, we've got all of these 3 in, like I showed you, all above the bay windows. Now, on the opposite side, I only showed you 2 of these. I said do this one here. I forgot to mention this one here. So this is perfectly opposite the other side and perfectly in the middle. Again, if I go down here, perfectly in the middle of these two pillars. So right there, that's where the third one should be. And the other thing is I'm thinking about connecting these up. So I might just connect these up. I think this will look a little bit better than this. If I put in one there. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better like that. So let's keep it like this. I mean, that's great. Okay, let's turn our attention over to this side right here. So on this side, we're going to do basically what we did on the opposite side, if you remember. We just added in a load of glass. So I'm going to go ahead and just add in glass all the way up to around there and bring it back down again. I think this is going to look quite nice. There we go. I'm also going to add a window here, here, and here. And the same again on the opposite side, here, here, and here. Amazing. It kind of feels like there should be a window here as well, right? Maybe we'll add another window right there, potentially. And honestly, we better as well add a window here and here as well. I think that's going to look a bit better. Okay, this is looking pretty good for a stone house. You know, this is looking pretty damn good. I don't usually build with stone, so I'm pretty pleased with how this is looking so far. I think now let's move on to some details. We can move on to some pillar work, some railing work as well would be great for the exterior details. So starting off with pillars, I'm going to use the wood beam to come across this entire build, as well as putting it across the bottom here. I think we also need some pillars up here as well. So one there and there. Maybe some sideways pillars coming across here. Perfect. And literally the same design we're going to do on the opposite side. There we go. So I've added in this section here as well. And then I went ahead and just added in the pillars here as well. Because why not? I think it's going to be quite easy for you guys to follow along. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of roof detailing here. Starting off with a wood thin beam. Going to come across this way. All the way to the other pillar. And then I'm going to place a wood thin pillar going up on here. Here. And coming back down again. Again here and coming back down again and here. And then we're going to use the wood railing on the bottom here, going all the way across in the middle sections here. And then I should be able to, if I get my cursor on this railing, get one railing going up that way and one railing going up that way. And then lastly, I think I'm going to place some railings going across the lining of the roof here, if I can get the right snap points. There we go. Kind of looks like an eye. I didn't mean it to look like an eye. But I think what I'm also going to do is place in some quarter walls in the middle here. Like so. And then probably later we'll put a trophy mount on it and maybe have a T-Rex head coming out of the trophy mount, or even one of the boss heads. Fan-dabby-dozy. And for this balcony here, let's just tart this balcony up a little bit with some quarter walls coming across the rim. And of course, we're going to need some railings to keep it nice and safe. Lovely. We're also going to need like a little bit of a ramp here going up to the build. And then we probably also want to add more of a decking going around the entire build. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in now. And oh my goodness me, isn't she stunning? This is a fantastic looking build. I love this. Okay, I think we can park the outside. I don't think I can really do too much more to the outside to make it any better. Maybe just add a few railings here and there, but apart from that, I think it's good. So we're going to move on to the inside. Now, this really is a nice big space for the interior. Very light, very roomy in here. So the bottom floor is literally just going to be a dinosaur garage. That's the plan, because I want this to be really functional for you guys. So we're going to keep the bottom floor here as a dinosaur pen. Which means the top floor, if you come up the stairs on the outside and come into this door, this is where the top floor will be. So this is like the living area. This is where the living floor is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a load of ceilings now, going all the way across to the other side. Like so. So we've got ceilings going all the way to that side. And then I'm probably going to take the ceiling out a little bit further. So we'll probably go out by 1, 2 more this way. Actually, let's say 3 more this way. So 1, 2, 3. So now I think I want to go up a floor. I'm thinking we're going to have a floor somewhere up here. So from here, say. So we want a way to get up there, and I'm thinking potentially using the spiral staircase to get up either side potentially. Then having ceilings going across here and all the way over there. I think that could work quite well. So again, I'm just going to fill this all in with ceilings. And once you've added it all in, it should look something like this. And where's the snow, you ask? Well, that's a very good question. Where is the snow? I'll tell you where the snow went. I have used a custom cosmetic that you can install on the mod menu. It's called Klinger's Snow Removal. And all you got to do is simply place it over all the snowy structures. When I say all the snowy structures, sadly it doesn't work for walls, it doesn't work for pillars, it does work for roofs. And it also works for stairs, but that's also counts as a roof, doesn't it? And you should be fine using it on official servers as well. So you're all good to go, guys. Now, the next port of call, I think, is to work out what we're going to do with the loft. Because we could either completely fill in the loft area with ceilings and have this as one big loft. But I really quite like all the light coming in from the loft windows up there. So I think actually I'm just going to do a loft space up here. And I think this is probably where I'll place the bedroom. So I'm thinking something like this. Literally just this one square here. And leaving this bit open as well even. And one of the big questions is how are we going to get up there? Now, I'm thinking probably using a spiral staircase might be the best port of call here. Going off to the left and going around to the top. Like this. I think that works quite nicely. It goes perfectly up to the top there. And I'll put in a pillar going all the way up. The only thing is it kind of blocks the view of our double staircase over here, which I don't really like. So I'm actually tempted to just have one staircase now. So we'll get rid of this. Put in a ceiling here. Get rid of this. And I think I'll put in a normal staircase here. Okay, I think this layout works for me. So what I'm planning on putting a kitchen area here. Maybe like a chemistry bench zone here. And up here, I'm thinking this is just going to be like a nice living area. And even though I said down here is all going to be dinosaurs. Now, this is really up to you because you could just use the upstairs as all a crafting area. But I'm thinking I might do a little crafting zone here. Like have an industrial forge here. And then have like the fabricator and vaults going all the way around the industrial forge. I think this will be very practical for everyone to use. It's either that or you just have your industrial forge down here and just keep all the crafting up here. I mean, it's really up to everyone how you want to do this. Starting off the kitchen, I am going to block this off real fast. So I'm going to block off just the left and the right with some stone walls like so. And then have a sloped wall going up to make a little archway. And inside here will be our kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all in now in super fast build mode. And there we go. There is a kitchen complete with everything you could possibly need. Industrial cooker, industrial grill, all the storage. Oh, I did forget fridges. I need to put a fridge in here. I'll do that later though. that box over there will probably be replaced with a fridge. And then it's a complete kitchen. Beer barrels up there. I did try to add in sort of a extractor fan here. Extractor fan hood. So that's why I added in that weird triangle thing. Okay, next we have the main area where you come in from the door here. We need to work out what we're doing with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Honestly, I feel like this is good enough for the main area. I really don't want to make it feel cramped in here. I want it to be nice and open. I want to give the impression that there's a lot of space up here, which of course there is. So let's keep it like this. And let's move on to the living area now. And there we go. I think this is the layout I'm going to go with. I might touch it up in places just to make it a little bit better, but that's basically the gist of it. And last but not least is the bedroom up here. And there we go, this is the bedroom. Now, for the bed, I just used some gravestones for the headboard and then just placed a ton of beds in to make a much larger bed. The layout could probably be a little bit better if I'm honest, but this is generally what I'm going with. I might tidy it up a bit later, but for now, I'll leave this as is. And then coming on all the way down to the Dino Garage down here. And this is going to be completely up to you guys, because I'm going to put a big crafting area down here. But obviously, if you want this just to be a Dino Garage, then just leave it as is. But for me, I think this is going to be a lot more functional if we do have a crafting area down here. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly put this in. And there you have it, a fully equipped crafting area with everything you could possibly need, including the smithing tables. I always forget about the smithing tables, so they're there as well. And well guys, now that that is in, that is basically the base done. So we got the garage, we got all of the decor upstairs. What I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to go away and do some final touches to the whole build. Little details like adding in railings to the outside of the build, add in any little additional decor items on the inside. But do not worry guys, because I'll show you every single little detail during the base tour. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that now, and I'll see you guys after the cinematic shots. Welcome back, ARK survivors. The base is all complete, as you can see. I am on my woolly mammoth and we're walking away from the base, which is not what we want because we're about to do the base tour. Hurry up, woolly mammoth. Is this as fast as you can go, buddy? No, you can run. There you go, bud. There you go. Let's get over to the stairs here and start the base tour. So what have I added additionally to the exterior of this build? Not a lot, honestly. I think I might have done some railings going around the entire build. I put in some lampposts. I also added a boss head all the way up there, as you can see. I think that works really nicely. I also added some plants in some small crock pots, as you can see here. Now this plant isn't one you actually plant in the crock pot. This is actually part of this mod here called the JVH Landscaping mod. And all you got to do is put some wood and fibre into it, and you just craft up any trees or any plants that you want, and then you can just place it anywhere. So that's what I've done here, just for a bit of decoration. Coming on around the... Oh my god! Oh gee, that scared me! No! No! Oh my god! Oh no, it's going to attack. What's it doing? Quickly, wild dinos. Destroy wild dinos. Oh. I thought that was a person for a second. That actually, my heart dropped. I just saw like this thing running, and I literally thought someone was on my single player world, which is impossible. Where was I? Coming on around the back here, we have the furnace section, which is underneath a bit of cover to keep us away from all the falling snow. And we come around the back, and now this is the back of the build, which honestly is very similar to the front of the build. I have added a Alpha Rex head to the mount up there, I think I also did it around here. Yes, I added one here as well. And we've got a lovely line of doggos here ready to take out whenever we need out into the wilderness. Look at this. You could, if you like, put a little roof over their head and make some kennels, similar to what I did in my old log cabin build, but I decided to just leave them out in the open this time. Now, I've been thinking I want to call this base an all-in-one snow cabin because, honestly, it's got every single thing you want inside. It's got the Dino Garage, it's got the crafting benches, it's got a living area. The only thing I've completely forgotten about, and this was a big oversight on my part, is a greenhouse. But, honestly, guys, such an easy fix if you wanted to have a greenhouse onto this build. I've never done this before on a base tour, where I'm doing a tour and I start building, but I'm really going to quickly show you how I would put in a greenhouse on this build. I would literally come out from the side of the build here and do something similar to what I did on my cliff top house build, which is literally just go out by 2 glass walls up, and then literally you've got yourself a greenhouse right here. Look at this. We'll just add in the sloped walls as well. There you go, and you've got a greenhouse, and you could have it bigger if you wanted to. You just bring it out this way, and all you'd need to do is punch a little door into it, and you'd obviously need a door here as well, and that would take you inside the build. So that's how I would add a greenhouse if you want a greenhouse on this build, and that will make it an all-in-one build. So I wasn't lying, it truly is an all-in-one build. Just a little bit of an oversight on my behalf, not adding that in earlier. I literally did all the cinematic shots and I forgot to include that, so there you go anyway. Right, so back to the base store. I am now going to pop inside the build. So this is the bottom floor. We're going to go inside here. Now this floor is basically completely dedicated to dinosaurs. Medium-sized dinosaurs, because that's what you can fit in here, thanks to the medium-sized dinosaur gate over here. Now, unlike other builds I do, I haven't got a dedicated area for flyers. Flyers need to come in here as well, or they can easily just perch up onto that decking there, just like this. You'd come and put them all up here on the top decking. You've got a space for quite a few up here, so this is a good place for them as well. So continuing on through, as you can see, the garage is huge. And if you wanted, you could keep on extending it all the way to the back here and not have a crafting area here, because you can easily have all your crafting stuff up on the second floor. But I decided to have it on the first floor for convenience, because you probably bring your Ankylosaurus in, you want to go straight to the forge and put all the metal in here, so very useful. And of course this area basically has everything you need. It's got your chemistry benches, your fridges, your fabricator. I haven't got a generator in here. But obviously the generator would be right here. And of course, if you wanted a greenhouse, you'd have the greenhouse back here. Now, a lot of you, I imagine, will want to punch a hole in the ceiling somewhere and put some stairs going up to the second floor for convenience. But I really like that this is just a garage down here. And then you've got to go outside and go up the stairs to get to your living space. I don't know why I like this, but I like it. I like the outside staircase. So you come up here and this takes you to your actual house. This is all where you live and also where you craft as well. So out here we've got a little seating area that I added in. A little cooking pot in case you want to do a little barbecue out here. And if we pop on inside here, we are met by the reception. I guess I could call this a reception area. We've got some chemistry benches here, and this is what I was saying, you can literally have all your crafting stuff up here. You don't have to have it downstairs. You can dedicate this whole downstairs just to dinosaurs. So if we go on to the back here, we've got our beautiful kitchen with our grill, our storage boxes, our cooking pot over here, our beer barrels, and our fridge. So everything you really need in a kitchen. Now, honestly, I have no idea what this mod is. I literally was looking through my crafting and I was like, what is this? I think it's part of some sort of Chinese structure skin mod I have, but I have no idea what. I'll try and find it if anyone's curious, because it is quite cool having all this food out on the table that you can't eat, but it's fun for decoration. Journeying on over to this side of the build, we come to the living zone. So let's head on up these stairs, and here it is. So it's such a shame that the snow is on all of the furniture. It makes it feel very cold in here when it's meant to feel very warm and inviting. I wish that they'd fix this, honestly. It's overdue a fix, and they should do it now. But nevertheless, we have our dining table here slash meeting room, where we can sit down, if I can sit down, there we go, and discuss tribe affairs with our tribe mates. We have chandeliers that are coming all the way down from the ceiling, while I've just put some skinny pillars coming down with the chandelier on the bottom here. I did have another one over here, but it kind of got in the way of the statue we've got over here. This is the taxidermy mod, which will be making a return soon. Well, with Extinction, I think it is, isn't it? Not Aberration. Aberration at least will have rugs. So at the moment, I'm using canvas on the floor to give the illusion that there's a rug here when there's not. But with Aberration, we will be getting rugs. So honestly, it's one of the things I'm most looking forward to with Aberration. So this is our little seating area where we can just sit and relax by the fire with our giant bird statue on our left. Also got the piano. Obviously, this stuff is all from Bob's Tall Tales, so all part of official art. You can use all of this. The only thing that you can't use yet is the taxidermy base, but that will be coming to official very soon. And another little reading area just at the back here by the fire, so we can keep warm and read our books. And as you can see, I have kept it very open plan in here, meaning you can see all the way to the other end of the build. I haven't separated off the build too much, and it just allows a lot more light to come into the build, which I love. But I would say that if you wanted to have loads of bedrooms, you could just put a ceiling up here for the attic floor, where all those windows are, and just have loads of bedrooms up there. I, though, have only done one bedroom, which we're going to go over to now. So if we come up the spiral staircase here, we'll come to the only bedroom that I put in, which is this lovely bedroom, the master bedroom, where I sleep. I've got a little writing desk here for any office work I need to do. You've got a lovely little seating area. I believe I did move this around since the last time you saw me put all this in. I kind of moved the fire more this way to the right, so that it kind of is with this lovely seating area here. And then, of course, we've got all our beds here. We got 8 beds in total to make this giant bed. And for the headboard, all I've done is put some gravestones in. Usually I use storage boxes, but actually gravestones work probably a bit better than storage boxes. It depends what look you're going for. And again, I just decorated with a little tiny taxidermy base here with another Argentavis statue. And we've got our pet doggo here, who's a very good boy and keeps us company at night, don't you, buddy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? We also didn't extend it all the way back over the kitchen here, and this was just so that the kitchen feels really nice and airy. As you can see from down here, it really does make a difference. When you've got these really tall ceilings, it really does make it feel like a very grand and desirable room. And it's quite nice that if you're in the bedroom, you can kind of peer over and see what everyone's up to, if they're cooking down here and what they're doing. And I completely forgot, we've also got from the kitchen here, we've got this little balcony. That's not a very big balcony, but it's big enough for you to just come out, have a look what's around. Maybe there's a few dinosaurs that are bad news and you just want to have a little look out here, make sure that it's safe to go outside before you actually go outside. And with that, I think I've showed you every single thing that there is to see on this build. I did add, so this was after I did the tutorial, I did add in some railings on the roof line here, I think, as well as some railings just on the bottom of the roof lining there, and then again on this roof coming all the way around. And then I kept it free on this roof, and I also kept it free on this side. I felt like it kind of ruined it on this side, but on the other side it worked nicely, so that's why I did that. And well guys, that is it. That is the build. I've done the base tour. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. But before you guys go, I do have some exciting news to share about the channel. So I'm probably going to be turning on memberships this week, so you are able to support me in more ways than just subscribing. Now, it's been really hard to decide what all the rewards should be for each tier, but I think I've got a happy medium at the moment. Obviously, as time goes on, I can always swap and change what each one does. But one thing it will include is access to my brand new community server, which I'll be setting up this week as well. So do keep your eyes peeled for this, because I'll most likely be announcing the membership program on my first Aberration video, which will hopefully be out probably this week as well. So guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below what you want me to build next, and why not subscribe? It's completely free and helps me out a ton. Until next time, survivors, love you guys to death, and I'll see you guys in the next video.